Alright, welcome back.
Oh no.
To the Arabian Nights.
No.
Thanks, Donald. really blocked that shot for you. Just climb up its stupid face and bop him right in his eye.
Gotta wait for him to disarm.
Bop him in his eye. Ah, well, we tried.
Oh, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can cheat.
Fire!
Nope.
No,
didn't work.
Yeah, not quite. Meanwhile, his projectiles are magic.
Oh my fucking god.
I thought you were dead.
Me too!
That was pretty sick.
This should help.
This should be considerably more useful. Oh, I don't know if I brought this up to
just
you.
fucking work with me now, camera.
Did I tell you that Perfect World International had like an update for 2 new characters?
I think I've heard about it.
Okay.
I don't think we talked about it.
The only reason I want to bring it up is because one of the new classes they brought up is hilarious to me. Because for people who don't know, Perfect World is it's an old
Fucking gosh!
It's an old school MMORPG that's been around since like 2009 or 10 or something, maybe 8. Actually, it might have been 8.
It's been a while, yeah.
It's been a long time. It's been around for a while.
There we go.
Nice, but they've been adding new characters to it slowly, like very slowly over time. They add new classes, but it's a mystical, magical world with like elf people and humans and wizards and fucking human animal hybrids and not furries.
Yes.
And fucking
Just a bunch of shit.
and like a bunch of shit, and it's all mythological shit. They added a new class that's a mechanic that runs with a fucking turret gun. And I'm just like, why is this in my mystical magical game? Also, how do I play this class immediately?
I am aboard.
Like it's just a fucking like mechanic class that runs with a fucking turret gun, like a full auto multi-barreled like machine gun.
I am on board.
And the funniest part is the secondary class, because every race has 2 classes. The secondary class for their race are fucking non-winged, non-elf, winged fucking like sword and shield warriors that like can fly and shit and they're magical bullshit. And I'm like, why is half this race mystical bullshit with wings that can fly around and use magic, and the second half is machine gun turret fucking mechanics? What happened to this race of beings that split them so hard?
Yeah, that is a good point. Thanks, Groupie. Thanks, Donald and Groupie.
So yeah, it's been a real fun class. Real funny shit. It's better than their last class that essentially like broke 2-player versus or 1v1 versus, because like they made a class in that game that can use skills while moving. It's the only class in the game that can. That was fucking hilarious. You just walk right into that. Anyways, but like the other class is like the only class in the game that can use skills while moving. So all you have to do is when you fight someone, as they're trying to use their skill, you just slowly walk away from them and you can just hammer them with skills, and they have to stop, try and use their skill, and if their bar doesn't fill up fast enough by the time you get out of range, they have to move forward, canceling their skill. And it just breaks 1v1ing in the game. It's hilarious.
It's almost like that game wasn't designed for multiplayer.
It was designed for multiplayer. The problem is they keep trying to make it more playable for new people. And by doing that, they keep adding classes and stuff from newer games to be like, oh, you like this game? Well, you can do something similar to it in this game now. And it's just like, it just breaks like a shit ton of stuff. Because it's like way too OP for how the core game mechanics work.
Yep.
It's a good system though, I like it. But yeah, that game is I like that game because of it's still like the only old school MMO where you can put your own points in, so you can make really dumb classes. Like, you want to it's like, you want to play a clerk that for some reason is terrible at magic and hits like a fucking truck, you can just do that.
That's my favorite part of that.
Like, you can just do that in that game, it doesn't care. It's like, you want an assassin that has no critting capability, but has enough health where it can tank damage forever, you can just do that.
Dude, I remember we made some really stupid little builds there.
Oh, yeah. I had there was, you know the glass cannon build? The build that's like, if you get hit twice, you're like dead, but you pretty much one-shot everything.
Yeah.
They were the class that let you have pets, too.
Yeah, I had that class.
Yeah, Derek had that class. I also ran that class, but instead of Derek went with typical glass cannon build, which is the right way to do that class. I went with heavy armor build, which is essentially making that class a tank that's terrible at magic, but who gives a shit, it's a tank.
Couldn't they shapeshift as well?
Yeah, they could change form. They had a fox form, which made them like even bulkier too, which was like the main way you were supposed to play the heavy build class.
Oh, God damn it.
I just like the idea, because that class could only be female, so I just like the idea of playing tiny female Faunus girl, wearing heavy armor and carrying around a warhammer, is hilarious to me.
And then the male of that could turn into a tiger, if my memory serves, right?
Yes. A white tiger, specifically.
And that's how you were supposed to tank, I think.
Yeah, that's how you were supposed to... Well, that class was different, because that class you could tank with the tiger because it added extra
armor or something like that.
But if you wanted to, like, tank but also hit, like, a fucking Mack truck, you stayed in human form. Because he had a skill that was just, like, sacrifice half your life and a stamina and do an AoE attack that one-shots everyone regardless of how high level they are. That shit was fucking awesome. Like, literally, there's nothing fucking cooler in that game by pushing your essential nuke button and just nuking everything around you within a 30-mile radius in one shot.
That was a good game.
That was a good game. That was a fun MMO.
I don't think I'm ever going to go back to playing it, though.
Every now and again, I'll go back and play it for, like, a day or two, and then I'm like, I have my fix. I'm good with this. They had, oh, what was it? It was, the other game. I wish this game would come back. It was, Rusty Hearts.
Yeah, Rusted Hearts.
We called it Rusted Hearts because it sounds better, and even the game people, like the trailers, would call it Rusted Hearts, and I think it's because there was a copyright on Rusted Hearts, so they had to call it Rusty Hearts, but they never pronounced the E part of it in any of the trailers or promotional stuff. So everyone just calls it Rusted Hearts. Everyone knows it as Rusted Hearts, but it's Rusty Hearts. That game was awesome. And it's still running, I guess, in, like, Japan.
Private servers,
like, only in Japan. No, like, there's, like, a private server, but it's only in, like, beta, and I don't think they're ever gonna finish it, because I don't think the people that are working on it are super, like, dedicated to getting it running again. But I miss that game. That game was awesome. That was the first MMORPG I ever played where they were just like, what if we made an MMORPG play like Devil May Cry? And it was fucking awesome, because you could go through the whole fucking, like, dungeon, not get hit once, and just comboing the shit out of your enemies for, like, days. Just heavy-duty combo chaining.
That was a good game.
That game was
really miss it.
Fucking awesome. And that game I had the most fun with just naming all my characters fucking stupid shit based off of how they played and what weapon I wanted to use. So, like, there was a dude who ran with, like, a single gauntlet and all he did was punch and grab people. I named him Master Fister. Fucking, I played the fucking vampire girl with 2 swords. I named her Love Cuts Deep.
That was a good game.
I played the little lolly vampire girl who carried around the giant battle axe and just named her Tentacle Sex.
Yep.
Because I couldn't name her Tentacle Rape. They blocked every time I wanted to name her Tentacle Rape. They were like, cannot use this word. But they allowed Tentacle Sex for some reason, which is hilarious. And then, I'm not even kidding, I made that character, I got to level 5, and at level 5, I got a request for someone for me to join their guild. So I joined their guild, and they immediately gave me the tag name Tentacle Rape, and I was just like, he knew where I was going. he got me. Oh god. That was a great game, though. It's still not as good as, Forsaken World's naming scheme, because they added vampires and werewolves to that game, so I named the fucking vampire Edward Sparkles and my fucking werewolf Jacob No Shirts.
I remember that.
Which are amazing Twilight references for anyone who gives a shit.
I remember that. Those were good days.
Those are good games. I also had a wizard that spec'd solely into lightning that I named Dark Sidious. I have no idea how I got that name, though. I figured someone would have taken that. And I spent all my time playing that class with Derek running around either screaming Dark Sidious or UNLIMITED POWER! Oh, man. I also loved my healer in that game, which I made her to look as, like, anime protagonist as possible and just named her Heals for Hentai. Which is a great name. I see, we've forgotten how gravity works in this game. It's always unfortunate. I don't think you're meant to get these. I think you need double jump, my friend. Dude, MMO naming is, like, the best part of MMOs, especially when you can, like, get a good one. Although, I like Derek's naming schemes for games, which is, like, a good name, a great name, a better name, the best name, an even better name. Is like, all his... He has a profile... He has an account, I don't even remember which game it was, but he, like... You have an account where every character on that profile is just a good name.
Yeah, I know I had done it in Perfect World. I did it in World of Warcraft for a little bit.
It's, like, so good. Oh, like, that's so good. There was also the one... I actually ran into Jesus in Perfect World. Like,
they had the name.
Yeah, no, they had the name. I'm not kidding. No, like, spaces or dashes or anything special to make it work. Like, his name was just Jesus.
That's great.
And I'm like, how the fuck did you get this? I'm like, what, did you play this game day one? Like, it's... I had him on my friends list in the game forever. I don't even know if he's still on the friends list. I don't even know if the friends list in that game still exists, because now they have it, like, through their fucking Steam bullshit that they made
their,
up.
What's it called? Arc, I think?
Yeah, Arc.
Program?
Yeah, they call it Arc. But yeah, I'm like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, this is ridiculous. My favorite thing about Arc is all the games that are on there and also on Steam anyways. Those are my favorites. Like, I think they have L-Sword on Arc, but they also have L-Sword on Steam. You can also just go to the fucking L-Sword site and download the fucking game and play it without using a goddamn fucking launcher client. That works fine.
Yeah. Like you do.
Yeah, like... Did you ever play L-Sword? I actually didn't.
Yes. We had played it together for a
little bit.
little bit.
We played it for a little while. L-Sword was one of those games that I liked playing it, but I was not willing to have the patience to actually get anywhere in that game. Like, that game was way too grindy.
Dude, they keep adding more and more to that game.
Dude, and the worst part is, every time they add something to that game, a part of me is just like, oh, I want to play that, though. And then I'm just like, no, I don't. It's like, it'll take forever. Because by the time it gets to the cool character, your, like, third stage build that you actually want, you've already gotten bored of the game and don't want to play it anymore. like, you just don't care. Like, that was, like, the biggest problem with L-Sword, was just like, listen, I just want to play as fucking robot waifu girl who can shoot lasers from everywhere. Why do I need to play this for fucking 3 years to get that? Like, I don't care that much. Just give me what I want.
That's my problem with those type of games.
Yeah.
They're fun, but they take way too long.
That's pretty much why I stopped playing MMOs in general.
Yeah.
It's like, it's fun to dick around, but getting to, like, endgame is,
cool?
like, ridiculous and it takes too long and I just don't want to bother.
Like, and
Look at
They
the
used to
amount.
you used to be able to gain levels in World of Warcraft really quick,
Yeah.
and then they changed how leveling worked. So
Oh,
now
of
it takes
course.
fucking 8 years to get to level the max level again.
I think that's like the main reason why I played not Perfect World, Forsaken World for so long, was because Forsaken World knew that like people didn't want to play an MMO to play the MMO. It knew that people just wanted to have a high level character and gloat about it, and they fully embraced that.
Yeah.
Because that game leveling was like
They had like
just
7 different ways of just
They were
gaining
like-
ridiculous levels.
Yeah, like, daily quest was, like, a level every fucking day. Like, you do, like, the daily quest and you get a level for just doing the daily quest. And then they do, like, the 7-day quest or whatever, which was, like, every week they'd give you, like, a thing, and then you just had to go to an area and kill, like, 30 enemies. And, like, that was the fucking quest, but when you did it, it would give you, like, 5 or 6 fucking levels, like, instantly. And then, like, once you got to a certain level, they gave you the ability, because most MMOs, like, will ban your account for doing this, and it's, you know how you can get, like, a third-party client to, like, play the game for you? Fucking Forsaken World was like, fuck that, we just put that shit right in the game. Once you hit level 50 or 60, you can just fucking let the game play itself. Fucking who cares? You don't care.
You ready for the next best part?
Yeah.
They eventually added an area where you can just stand
You just
in this
stand
area,
there, and it just gives you XP.
and I was just like, why did they add this?
It's the best. Oh, dude, fucking, if you check in for like 7 days, no, it was, every 5 levels they give you an item that just gives you, I don't think you were the first.
No, I was supposed to.
Oh, really? That's funny. But yeah, it was, what was it, yeah, they gave you like a box that every 5 levels would literally just give you like a free level of XP from like items.
Yeah.
And then would give you like the berry that lets you stand in the area and get free XP. You know, Perfect World added that now too. Perfect World has that now too, because I think even Perfect World at this point is like, people don't want to fucking actually play these. They just want to have a high level character and fuck around in like endgame shit. Like, they don't care. Like... Are you lost? Yeah, I thought so.
Why? This world is terrible.
Mm-hmm. But, blah blah words speaking. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I like, more MMOs need to add that shit, though. Like, more MMOs need to add the ability to just be like, not play the game. Oh no, Genie's so sad. And Jasmine is dead.
My first wish, Genie, show me the keyhole.
Stop that. This was my favorite part of the movie.
Me too. You're gonna love the boss fight. It was also in the movie.
Unlimited power! All the power in the universe, the ability to do whatever you want, teeny tiny little space to live in. I forget the exact quote.
It's something like that.
It's something like that.
Nope.
Yeah, fair play. Fair play. So when does Jasmine gain, like, superpowers to freeze time and turn people into sand?
Right about now.
Oh,
actually.
cool. That's my favorite part of the movie.
Getting there. Just gonna do this for the...
I'm just gonna save
Just for the sake of it, you know?
I'm just gonna do a little bit of a save in this spot. You know what I'm saying.
I do. Is it gonna cutscene, or can I go back and mess around with that room? It's
Boy
gonna
again?
cutscene.
He's more persistent than I expected.
Dude, I love that, like,
Why
she
not
goes from
explain
being
the
actually
situation,
semi-threatening
red
in this
boy?
game to the lowest of low villains in the newest game.
Well, Derek, that's because in this game they thought she was still gonna be the main villain because they hadn't
Wait
thought
a
of the
second,
whole
are you
bullshit that is the
Maleficent?
fucking storyline of Kingdom Hearts yet.
Mm-hmm.
Jafar, let Jasmine go! Not a chance. You see,
Don't force me to call my Megazord!
somehow hold the key to opening the door.
Yep, he just spilled the plan.
Open? But you fools won't live to see what lies beyond it.
Oh shit.
Genie,
Just straight
My
kill us.
second wish?
crush them!
Genie, no!
Sorry, Al. The one with the lamp calls the shots. I don't have a choice.
You know how Genie's wishes are always like not exactly what they seem? All I just thought of was just like Genie crushed them and he like snaps his finger and it turns into one of those crushing porn videos.
Stop that.
It's like, I was like, technically speaking, that would be crushing them, so wish granted. Okay, this game is way funnier than it's supposed to be. Like, like the Genie, get out of the way, and you just bitch slap Donald Duck. Like, fucking, and he just went flying. Oh, like, this shouldn't be as funny as it is. Get out of the way! Ooh. I've lost control of my actions.
Not because it's hard, but because he keeps running away like a little bitch!
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was a boss fight, not a catch the bitch fight. Man, that trade though.
Take those. I'm really sorry about this. Run!
You can really hear Homer's voice in this, like, especially when he's like, "Run!"
I'm really sorry about this.
Ah!
Stay back!
Piece of peace, let me miss.
Alright, I gotta admit, I do like the Genie's lines in this though.
Oh, they're great.
This is really good.
Wait till we get to the second game where we have to come back here. Piece of shit.
Dude, he left your platform to come back to the same platform.
And then I die.
And then you died. This game's really funny.
Fucking piece of shit.
Derek, you're really good at this.
I'm so good at this. That's what I wanna call.
What? Oh. We did it. We won the golden light. Oh god. That is not how.
And you ready for this one,
That is
Chris?
not
Remember how
how
you were
it
like,
works.
I don't think you're supposed to be up there. I broke the game and got up here earlier.
Nice. It's a good game. Oh man.
Get on to the Hydra's back! Oh wait, that's in the next game.
You'll never defeat me, Sora. I have the high ground. You remember Aladdin? It's from Aladdin. I remember. It's funny now because the movie is now officially a Disney's property, so it fits under the fucking quote the wrong Disney movie quote joke. Look at that. Is now Star Wars is Disney canon, and now is gonna be the thing.
Vader is my favorite Disney
Vader
princess!
is my favorite Disney princess. Remember Princess Later? Not as good as Princess Darth Vader's. Got him. I hate you.
I'm really sorry about this.
No, you're not. Fuck you. Dude, I fucking... Have you ever had those moments with people where they're like, oh, sorry, and then you're just like, no, you're not. If you were sorry, you wouldn't fucking do it.
All the time.
All the time.
My
No,
favorite,
not.
my favorite is, I don't want to tell, it's like how they phrase it. I forget exactly how it's phrased, but it's like, I don't need to be offensive, but
Oh yeah.
There's one expression that's anything before a butt is useless, or anything after a butt is useless.
When what way is that one used? 'Cause I don't think I've heard that one yet.
I forget exactly if that's how you say it, but it's
you know what? It's probably everything before a butt
yes.
is useless because a butt normally contradicts what you say beforehand, the first part of that statement. Which that's just like how I like to have conversations though. Because I like to just be like, oh yeah, we could do all this and that and this and that and blah blah blah, and then at the very end of it I'll be like, but we're not gonna. It's like we could definitely do that. But why? Why would you do that? Get on to the Hydra's back! There, this is not the Hydra. And nor is there a back anywhere around here.
When we get to the Hercules world in Kingdom Hearts 2, the final boss is the Hydra, and we got Phil the entire time. Get on to the Hydra's back! And he says it every line.
I'll get my sword, Danny. My sword. Danny, big. Is that you? Are you the trash man? Are you eating garbage? You ever see that show, actually? Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
I watched a bit of it, yeah.
I've only seen a couple, like, parts of it. For the most part, controversial opinion, I just think it's okay. Like, I don't think it's amazing like a lot of people do. But some of the fucking jokes in that show are a fucking riot.
I love, Ron Swanson, is that his name? Yeah.
Yeah.
The manly man.
Yeah,
History started in 1776.
So true, though.
A dog is 35 pounds. Anything smaller than that's a cat.
We're just barely over this. Oh, okay. We're gonna pick this up in the next part. We'll see you then. Peace.